Hello, how are you today? Hope you're all well. I'd like to be out on the water, but here's my ski. I'm in lockdown the same as you. So how about some ideas of mobility exercises that are really good for ski, but obviously for kayak as well. These exercises I've learned from a martial art called Aikido. The particular brand of Aikido that I studied was called Shinshin Toitsu Aikido, which is mind and body combined exercises. And I found them really good. I've been using them for 25 years and I'm unreasonably fit. So, we're starting off the exercises simply by sitting on the floor, and we're working on lengthening the hamstrings, just as a matter of habit. But often with people, it's not just the hamstrings that's the issue, it's the hunchback feeling. So we'll deal with that more directly later, but think of being upright. So the first thing is to open up so that we're happy to be being mobile, able to rotate fluidly. You can actually use a loop of rope or a bit of webbing to hold on to if you're not able to reach down to your foot. But let's say for this I'm using my feet and I'm just turning sideways. First stretch is down. I'm coming down to the arm and stretching. I'm not trying to bend down, I'm trying to get the hips to move here so that the whole back is leaning forward, and then I'm allowing the hamstring on one leg to stretch because the back is not nearly as strong as the hamstrings. So if I use both hamstrings and one back, I'm going to be really tiring the back out and not doing much to the hamstring. So here we are, one hamstring, and then I'm doing the other side, obviously. Probably do this for about 5 breaths. For the purposes of this, I'll just show you how it's done. Right. The next thing is another rotation part of the exercise, which I found very useful in terms of reminding myself and teaching other people about the sequencing of paddling. If I've got this leg bent, so this is my left leg in this case, obviously, this leg's bent and put over the top of the other one, and I'm moving this same left hip forward. I'm then going into that moment just at the catch. With my hand in the right position here, and rather than rotating like this, all I'm doing is just pushing with this front foot, what will be the front foot, it's the one that's bent, so I'm pushing with that left leg against, as it were, against the footrest, and I'm holding my hand on the back of this other foot. So by having that momentum, I'm actually starting that rotation because I'm pushing with a foot. This starts the movement, and I get this feeling that instead of pulling, I'm rotating around the lock blade. And obviously the other side, you can see the other way around what's happening. So this arm's as if it's ready to take the power down the shaft into the water, and this is just catching the catch. And so as we push with the leg, the rotation starts, and we can feel that action on the arm. Having done those rotations, anybody who's done any yoga will know the next thing to do is to straighten up. So bending forward both legs, because we should be fine this time, with hamstrings a bit looser. But yet again, we're not aiming at folding down, we just want to make the hips move. I don't know if you can see that. But the idea being to stretch the hamstrings both together, keep the back as straight as reasonable, without overreaching with the arms, just connect that pressure. That's a very good one. The next thing is, as soon as you start putting the power on in a kayak, you know that you need to develop your abdominal muscles. This whole wall in here is what's holding the top half and the bottom half together as you apply the power from the legs. So the next exercise I like to do is on knuckles, as long as it's something fairly soft like these exercise mats, and stay up here for a bit. Just a few. I usually go for about 12, count of 12. The next exercise is another one with the legs out straight. This time we're aiming at getting a good reach down one way and then the other. The other buttock stays firmly on the floor, and it helps to have the opposite foot, the one from the one you're holding, pointing outwards a bit. So upright, looking at forward at eye level. Same idea of the stroke being prepared, and by pushing with the side of the foot, I think you can probably see that, if not you can see in this one, pushing with the side of the foot, it initiates the stroke. So it's not starting here, and it's certainly not starting here. It starts down where the foot starts the power. And so 5 either side is the traditional way in Aikido. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what I'm swinging through? It's not punch with the arm at this stage, not during the drive phase, not the catch and drive, but it's elbow coming across here. So that's elbow, elbow round, and this one, elbow round. All driven from the foot, nowhere else. Right. Next move, if you've got any room left in your muscles here, in your joints, leaning forward with a straight back. 3, 4, 5, and the other side. 3, 4, 5. Together. Get the grass off my feet. Just a bit of a flapping around, butterfly you might call it. Getting the knees down, opening the hips, and then 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in again a bit. Knees down. I've got a cartilage injury here, so I can't pull in my knee as much as I'd like to. It starts getting uncomfortable. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're next going to do a bit of stretching in the opposite direction. This has all been about the front of the body, leaning forward. So this is a matter of getting a bit of a perspective on this, getting a counterbalance exercise. So traditionally in martial arts you want to have the toes crossing over to sit on them. Now even this might be a bit strange for you to sit like this, but this is a very useful way of opening up the joints and the muscles, lengthening the muscles, and getting a very comfortable feeling of flexibility no matter what you're doing. And you need that out in the ocean, as I'm sure you know. Okay, so I'll just come down this side. If I come back on my elbow, and then back the other side as well, you can get down like this and have a nice relax on the ground. And then roll to one side or roll towards you, unlock the feet, and you can come up like this. Now here's a great way of massaging the back in the next set of exercises. You can just use any bit of floor for this. If you start off with just your arms crossed and you're just curling up like a wood louse, curled up and upright, just pop upright again, keeping rolled up. And then for the next phase of it, you're looking ahead with your back straight, and then curl from the back and up and come up again. It really helps to keep your attention looking forward. And then we'll extend it out a bit. This becomes easier, but it gives us more momentum. And from the other side as well. But from there, the next move is, and this takes a bit of practice, but you want to have the lower back rolling down to be nice and round, so that when you roll back, you get a nice smooth roll, and then up onto the shoulders. You want to then straighten and then roll again. You'll see what I mean. So that's a great set of exercises. Then go into standing exercises.